Hello everyone, I'm doing a deck profile for law control, is what I like to call this leader. I've been getting first the last 5 tournaments that I played with the deck. I got first 3 times. I got second the 4th one, and I also lost 1 game on the next one. I lost to my worst decks, my worst matchup, but in comparison to the other regular law, it only has 1 bad matchup. The other ones are very winnable, and I feel like this list is a little bit stronger if played correctly than the regular law. This is my thoughts on the list. It only has 1 bad matchup, but even that bad matchup is very winnable if you draw well, and if you have a and if even if the opponent has a good draw, you can still win that matchup if you draw well. And that's it. I'm just gonna go with the profile, and it's law control because I'm not trying to kill my opponent as fast as possible, and I'm trying just to control the board and have a really strong late game where sometimes I'm able to have like 15 or even like sometimes I had one time like 17 cards on hand. Because like my deck searches and does so much that that I was able to do that with this leader. So everyone knows what law does. You can switch characters once you have 5 or more characters on board. You can switch for different color. So in order for me to do that efficiently, I need to play 20 1-drops. The 1-drops that I'm playing are Momo. Not many lists play him. Because it's really hard to fit 3 engines on this deck. That's what I'm trying to do in order for me to be able to search a lot and be able to be efficient and swap as fast as possible and have still resources. Because sometimes the problem with the deck is that you have a lot of early game, like even if you have like the regular list have like blocker, have a bunch of 1-drops that they can play, but they don't have a payoff because like it's hard to get that many cards early game. So this will help with that, having these kind of cards. You can search your deck and you can search all your pieces consistently. So I'm playing Momo. There are 16 targets for him, including him. So he doesn't miss often. I think I missed only like it doesn't like at least 80% of the times you hit with him. So that's why I'm playing him in the deck. What else does he search? He searches the best card of the like one of the reasons to play this leader is Otama. This is the best search that you can get out of Momo, because it's a 2k counter, and pretty much what you do with her is you kill anything that you want. You play her minus 2k something, and you're pretty much able to kill anything that you want. And in combination with pistol, you get to kill an 8 power or less card super easily. So that's why it's one of the best cards that you can search out of Momo, and it's really nice to be able to search it every turn. And it's a 1-drop also. Then I'm playing Nami as a 4-off also. She doesn't search herself, so in the deck there are only 15 targets to search for her. She's the one that misses the most when you play her, because it's not repetitive, so you cannot like keep doing it. However, I do like early game, if they're the first few turns of the game, you do get to search a lot. She doesn't miss that much at the beginning of the game. Later on in the game, she will miss a couple of times, but right now, as it is right now, I really like the ratios that I have. It doesn't miss as much. I would say like 70% of the times is a hit, and even if she doesn't hit with law, you get to do it again and do it again, and eventually she's gonna hit something, and she's gonna get the value at least of a +1. And it's really important to play her in many matches. Because you get to at least in the mirror, being able to have 3 engines is gonna be able to you're gonna be able to outgrind the opponent, and you're gonna be able to get to 5 cards super fast, because she also searches the next card which is gonna be Chopper. I'm playing him because it's searchable out of Nami. So instead of playing Beige, I'm playing Chopper because I need names, Straw names, to be able to search. And it's also a red card because in my deck, my top end is more like green. I want to swap into green cards, and being able to have like some red cards to you want cheap red cards that you want to swap out is what makes the this card like more playable than the Beige. And yeah, he's really good once you know what you're looking for in the deck. Because sometimes you're looking for a specific card, sometimes you're looking for a blocker, and you have an option to play in a Momo or a Nami. So you know that Momo is never gonna hit a blocker, so you get to search with Nami for a blocker. And those kind of decisions is what makes the deck a little bit complicated to play. But it's still really good to have this option to search with Nami. Then I'm playing Bony. Again, I'm playing 3 searchers. She gets to, I have 26 targets to hit with her. She's the one that is not, like, I never miss with her. I think I only missed once, but like, that's so rare to happen because 26 targets, it's a lot. So she's always gonna hit. And she's the main engine. She's the one that you always want to have. And you have to play her, like, you want to protect this card. You don't want to play early on, depending on the matchup that you're playing. Like, only against blue would I play her early, because they don't have much, like, actual removal. They will bounce it back to my hand, but I don't care about that. But against green or red, green, red, or even purple, I just don't play her until I actually get some value out of her, because she searches for the most important cards in my deck. And I want to get some value, maybe swap her out, and that's why she's the one that you have to be more careful about. Now I have a killer. I like the blocker that you can always attach a mana and draw a card. That is very important in this deck. At some point you're gonna have your board filled, and you are gonna use the blockers just to draw cards, just to get rid of cards on your board, so you can play another card and start swapping cards back and forth. And being able to block and draw a card, it's amazing in this deck. It's just way too good. It's too much value, and you get to replace for free a block. Really good. Then the next engine that I'm playing 4 Neko and 4 Izo. So the best thing about this deck is that it like the regular version of the deck. Has a really bad time against Aggro, like Zoro or Luffy are really bad matchups for this deck. However, this matchup, how I'm playing it, how the deck I play, is actually I've never lost a red match as far as I've played the matchup, and they're good players, but like being able to recycle these cards over and over and over is what gives me the edge. I've seen some lists that play this even without the Momo search, but being able to search with Momo is what makes it this like really good, because you can do Momo on turn 1, search for these cards, and also if it serves as a blocker early game. So that's what gives a little bit of an edge against the red decks. And also I'm playing all the cards that help in that matchup, but these cards also is good in the mirror. These cards are really good any time of on the curve, and it's not as bad as when you play it on decks like Kid, because you can play it out and then swap it back and for something else that is actually going to give you value, and you can do this over and over and over, and that's what like makes this deck like so powerful. You can play your Izu and then later on just have it as a 2k counter. It's really powerful. And I would not change these in any context, because they're really powerful. Then I'm playing a card that no one plays, but I think it's actually really good. The 3 mana Luffy promo. The main reason I play is because it's both names. It's both Straha and Supernova. So you get to add consistency to your deck. Also, it's a 2k counter, so it's never a bad card, because it's just gonna be able to combo for free. And later in the game, it's gonna be protected by my 8 drop, and it's being able to just attach 2 energy and attack for 7k. It's really good. So if you have an A drop and you have this guy out, you don't even have to protect him. So every time he's gonna swing for like 7k. So you have already like a good way to finish your games. It's this guy. And early game, it's also decent because you can play him if you're trying to be aggressive against Kaido. This card also does, like 7 is a good number to be aggressive against Kaido. And at some point you can attack, and then swap him back and forth. Keep it in your hand. It's a 2k counter, and it's gonna be aggressive. I'm really impressed with this card. I think it's decent. If you wanna find a replacement because maybe you don't wanna get the promos, maybe are too expensive or whatever the reason that is. Another option that you can play is Brook, the 2 mana counter that when you play it attach 2 to something else. That also works. It's not both names, but again, it's a good card. It's a good replacement. If you don't want to play this card, you have some options. You can also play the 2 mana Luffy, the one that attach 2 energy when it, for free. Every turn you can get to attach 2 energy. He's not a 2k counter, but he's a 2 both names, and he's pretty good. I tried it. The matches that I've lost is because I was trying cards to see what cards are good, what cards are bad. He's not bad, but I just think this one is better. That's the whole thing. I'm playing 2 Rush Luffy. I am not playing Zoro at all. My deck does not want to do what Zoro does. It's mostly it's want to be super aggressive and want to like try to rush as soon as possible. I don't like to do that. I don't like to gamble in my games. And this Luffy is more efficient in that sense because yeah, you can attack with this one, but this one is a 6k, so it's much easier to defend for me, and also has a really good effect where Zoro does is too vanilla for me. I'm not saying Zoro is bad. You can play, actually you could also do that if you want to. If you want to play Zoro, you can switch this guy for Zoro, like at least 3. That's not bad. It's just too many cards that you can combo with. And for my strategy, I do want to have some combo power and some versatility on the cards that I'm trying to do. 2 felt very good. You always almost have it because you get to search it with Nami or with Bony, so you always get to have him. So I felt like 2 was the perfect number for this guy. I'm playing the best card that you can swap in the deck. It's Law. I'm sorry, 5 mana Law. This card does everything for the deck. You get to search with one of your cards. You get to attack with your board, swap it back and forth. At the end of the game, you can also loop these 2 guys back and forth. If you're like that ahead, you can just attack with the Law, swap it for this one, then KO something, play this guy. Like you get to do many things with the deck by and this guy enables all of them. And he's a blocker, he's an attacker. Most of the time I close the games just with him because I'm already so far ahead in hand size that they cannot kill me at all. And I can just attack with him, attach a mana to him, be a 7k beater, and allow me to. And if he needs to be a blocker, he's gonna be a blocker. So I really like this card in the deck, and that's the prime target for me to swap back and forth. Then I'm playing Kid. 3 Kid. I don't know why people don't play this card in this deck because this card is just too good. This is the main reason that that makes Blue my like free for me to win, because as soon as I drop this card, they absolutely lose the game. I haven't lost the game where I have the A drop against Blue, and I haven't against the Mirror. The Mirror is a little bit more complicated because they do have answers for him. So that one you play it only if you're enough ahead, where you doesn't matter if they pistol Otama jet pistol, you're at least you're ahead. You're not gonna die that turn. So that's when you drop it. But it's also good against the Kaido matchup. Like you get to play around their 10 drop, which is the worst matchup by far. But if you're ahead enough at some point during the game, and they are forced to 10 drop you, this is the answer that you answer the 10 drop with, because you get to play him, play a blocker. If they cannot clear him, he's gonna win you the game. and that's the reason that I went also playing like against Kaido, and against any matchup really, against Red. If they don't have a hand, they actually don't have the option to Otama pistol him, so you get to play him also in those scenarios. It's a little bit more risky, yes, but sometimes you do have the hand size and everything that you can take that risk, and it doesn't matter. And even if they kill it, if you have another one, the second one they're for sure not gonna be able to answer. So you have to pick and choose where you play this card. But this is a card that absolutely warps the format. If they cannot answer this card, they automatically lose. And any card in my deck behind this guy is a threat, because they cannot attack it back, and I could just use all my resources to defend and just win on the back of this card. So I absolutely recommend playing this card. Now I'm playing 2 jet pistols. This is a new addition. I was actually not playing the card before. You don't need it really. The reason I'm playing it, I was playing 2 Rizos to increase my Wano count. However, I also needed to increase my Straw Hat count, card count, and this card does enough for the deck where I wanna kill a Basil, I wanna kill a Queen. There are many cards that I wanna kill, and being able to have an answer just for 4 mana, it's really good. And I actually think you should keep this one. It hasn't been the matches that I play. This card was not bad. It allowed me to kill a lot at some point. Like, it was really good. And you can 2 is more than enough for sure. You don't need more than 2, because you search it so much out of your deck. Like all the cards, like there's 8 searches for this card. If you want it, you can just get it. So you don't need more than that. And yeah, this is a flex spot for me. If you want something else, if you want but you do have to switch it out for like a Straw Hat, because you need to increase your count, so it doesn't, like the Nami doesn't miss that that often. And then lastly, the last card on my deck is Red Hawk. This card is what makes Red not as bad of a matchup, because usually what they do is they attack you a bunch, they put you to 1, they force the last life with the 6-drop Luffy, their 6-drop Luffy. So they think they're gonna win with the Diablo Jumbo or with another Luffy where they're just going for game, and that's usually what happens in the regular matches. But because I played this card, they can never do that. At some point, I'm gonna be able to win the board, because my cards play for cheaper than theirs, because I play Law, and I'm gonna be able to out-resource them. And if I always keep 2 energy up, they can never kill me, realistically, because I'm going to have a bunch of 2k counters. My deck plays 12 2k counters plus this card. So I have tons of combo power. And this card just, the trigger live, just being able to have it in live. And once you untap with the A-drop and you have this card in hand, also not dying by battle. So there's many reasons to play this card. I would absolutely keep it. It's searchable out of Nami and Bony too. So you have cards that you search for combo power in this deck. And that's, you literally outgrind the opponent to death. And it always happens. I always have a bunch of cards in my hand. I don't have the fear to go to 1 life. If they attack for attack on my leader, I would just take the life, because I can just out combo whatever. As long as I'm efficient with my turns. So I really like this card. I would not take it out. And that's the deck profile. The bad matchup, that's the nice thing about this deck. It only has 1 bad matchup. Before, you could say red and purple are bad matchup with the other list for this guy. Here I can say confidently that the only bad matchup for this leader is Kaido, because the 10-drop is too good, but only if the 10-drop is dropped like in a specific time. They only have like a certain window, and they have to draw them like super well, because they have to have the field spell, they have to maybe do a Brachio Bomber to kill your pressure, they have to then do the 10-drop, and then even after they drop the 10-drop, you can still win if you have the A-drop, and you can defend the A-drop. you can still win that matchup. But if they see everything that they need to kill you, like, I don't think there is a deck that can beat that. However, this deck felt really well. I'm actually considering playing him for Treasure Cup. Is the front runner for me. I have other lists that I want to try, and yeah, we will be showing some gameplay of the deck. As soon as we get done with that, we will post it here. And yeah, if you like the deck list, please let me know. If you have any questions, I'll try to answer them. Thank you.